MCPS Athletics is piloting a new sport this fall. We'll tell you all about it next on Sports Insight. Hello, and welcome to Sports Insight. I'm your host, Cliff Elgin. Longtime viewers may remember we started producing this show back in 2016. After a short hiatus, we're back to bring you 5 episodes over the course of this school year. We'll take you behind the scenes of Montgomery County schools to showcase how MCPS athletic programs complement the high academic expectations for students. And speaking of students, we're adding student reporters to our team this year to help tell those stories. Today's topic is the fastest growing sport in America. It combines elements of ping pong, badminton, and tennis. It's been around since 1965, but interest has exploded recently, especially since the pandemic. By now, you've probably heard about it, and you may even recognize that familiar sound. Yes, we're talking about pickleball, and specifically how MCPS is piloting pickleball as a new sport here this fall. And there's no better person to tell us about that than MCPS Director of Athletics, Dr. Sullivan. Thank you for joining us here on Sports Insight again.
Great to be here, Cliff. Great to see you, and welcome Sports Insight back.
Yeah, it's been a long time, so it's great to be back. We're going to talk about pickleball in a second, and it's going to be one of our corollary sports. So why don't you give the viewers just a brief history of corollary sports in general?
Our Corollary Sports program is about 15 years old. We offer a sport in the fall, winter, and spring: team handball, bocce, allied softball. The goal of the program is to have a 50-50 ratio of students with and without disabilities, and really promoting those core values of equity and access.
So going forward, how do you see pickleball fitting into this corollary sports program that we have in MCPS?
We see pickleball as replacing team handball as our fall offering. And we're piloting this year at 11 schools to see how it unfolds, what's the student interest, what is the coach interest, and think about how it may look moving forward.
Now, I was in some of these meetings with other athletic directors, athletic specialists in the county, and sort of summarize how this work group kind of lands on pickleball, because there are other options out there.
There are other options, and we have to look at, really check what boxes does it check. And the interest is definitely there. Pickleball is exploding at all age levels. You can modify this sport and utilize it for all different ability levels in athletics and then experience in sports. Our tennis courts were sitting empty in the fall season. We don't need officials, and you only need 2 student athletes to have a team. 1 doubles team is all you need. And when you look at that, it really is an appealing option for us.
So when you're looking at piloting at these 11 schools, how do you go about sort of recruiting coaches, getting them interested, and getting the program up and running?
Well, it was interesting because pickleball is so popular. So we piloted at the 11 schools, and coaches immediately stepped up. So we had our group of 11 coaches that were enthusiastically awaiting some training, and that's what we delivered for them. We brought them over to Sherwood High School and did a day of training. I even got out on the court with them. It was a lot of fun, and they have carried that enthusiasm over to our student athletes into the season, and the matches have been great so far.
And I think you're right. This is going to explode. Like at Damascus, they're doing it in the PE classes. I think it is just going to be a great thing for the county and a great sport for us to take over the fall season. Thanks again for joining us, Dr. Sullivan. We really always appreciate you having here on Sports Insight.
Absolutely. It's great to be back.
So let's turn it over now to our first student reporter, Matthew, who's joined the coaches for the pickleball training session.
We're at Sherwood High School for the first ever coaches training of pickleball. Today behind me there are 11 different coaches from 11 different schools all across Montgomery County. Today they'll be receiving a masterclass on the basics of pickleball, scoring, and how to play in general. Let's go take a look.
I'm trying to lift the ball up and over the net so that it bounces into this area and they have to hit it off a bounce. 90% of a good pickleball game is played within 7 feet of the net on both sides.
0-1-1.
Now I'm here with Coach Jackson from Kennedy High School. I have a question. How did you get involved with pickleball?
So even though I'm not very fluent on the sport, I am a special education teacher, and I saw that my students wanted to be in an inclusive environment for athletics, and so I jumped at the opportunity to coach pickleball.
How's the master class going? Do you feel like you're getting a good grasp of the sport?
Yes, Coach Rob is excellent. He's going over how the lay of the land is and definitely with our scoring as well as technique, so I really appreciate it.
There you have it. The masterclass of pickleball is over. These 11 coaches will head back to these schools and we'll see how the season goes.
Excellent job, Matthew. Matthew, along with 2 students from each MCPS high school, is a member of the Student Athlete Leadership Council, or SALC. The SALC members provide the voice of the student athlete to the athletic department, and they take on leadership roles in their schools, at the county level, and now here on Sports Insight as well. With the pickleball training session complete, the coaches shifted their focus to the start of the season, which began on October 10th. Again, our Sports Insight crew was out there for some of the first games. This time, we'll turn it over to MCPS TV student apprentice Esther for that story.
We're out here having fun, right? 1, 2, 3. What a beautiful day to kick off the first official day of pickleball in MCPS. We are here at Wheaton High School for the match against Watkins Mill versus Wheaton. So, Jaden, how are you feeling about pickleball this season?
I'm quite excited. This is my first time playing, so I hope it will be really fun.
I hope so too. And Scooter, who do you think is gonna win?
Even though our numbers are low, I'm very confident for Watkins Mill to win this game.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
0-0 start.
All right, you ready? 8-4-1.
8-4-1.
Oh, that's yours, that's yours.
Good job,
We are here at my school, Kennedy High School, who unfortunately took the defeat in today's match. I'm here with Ryan and T. How was your first match?
It was amazing, super fun. It's fun to go against somebody else other than our teammates.
Same thing, yes. Today was a good day to play and have fun, and it was a pleasant moment.
Wonderful. Now, have a great rest of your season, and we're excited to see where pickleball goes here in MCPS.
Thank you, Esther. It looks like the students are really enjoying pickleball. Now, we want to hear even more about how the season is going so far. So joining me in studio are Coach Deborah Newman and student athlete Devin of the BCC Barons. Thank you guys both for being here today.
Thank you.
Coach Newman, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about the preparations and the recruitment to get your team, your pickleball team this year.
Yeah, we reached out to students in a couple different ways. We had posters around the building. We advertised it on the morning announcements, on the BCC listserv, and then I personally reached out to a lot of students who have played ally sports in the past, like Devin.
Nice. Devin, what made you decide to join this pickleball team?
Well, I've done allied sports since 10th grade, and I just wanted to continue it, and pickleball just seemed fun to me and a fun sport to continue this tradition.
So you and I talked a little bit before, but you'd played pickleball before?
Yes.
And so what would you say about your teammates? Did a lot of them have experience with pickleball also?
Yeah, I said most of them had experience. Some of them maybe didn't have a lot, but we try to teach them how, and they're doing much better, I think, and I think they'll do much better as the season goes on.
Excellent. So now tell me, Devin, you guys had your first match this season against against Springbrook. You guys are, of course, the Barons. Tell us how that went, that match against Springbrook.
I thought it went well. I thought everyone seemed like they were having fun, and we did very well, and we were supporting each other, and yeah, overall, I just thought it was a good game.
And Coach Newman, your feelings about that first match, how it went?
Fun is the key word. We had a lot of fun, and the team, not everyone got to play, but the teammates that didn't play were cheering their teammates on, so it was exciting.
That's great. And Coach Newman, so far, your impressions about pickleball, I know we're early on. Is this something you see taking off in the county? I know you guys are one of the pilot schools.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great sport for all ability levels and all kinds of students, and it's a lifelong sport that students will, hopefully carry on for many, many years. And so I do see it growing. There's a lot of excitement around the sport, and it's becoming a younger and younger sport. So I think it's really just going to grow exponentially.
And then one more question. Since you guys have started, have you had students who maybe didn't know about it? Have they started coming up and asking any questions about how they can do this maybe next year?
They have. A lot of students have inquired about it, and some students couldn't play because they're playing other sports. But there has been a lot of interest. So I know next year will even be bigger and better.
That's fantastic. All right, I want to thank both Coach Newman and Devin from BCC for both being with us here today and helping explain to us how great pickleball is. And it certainly sounds like pickleball has been a great success already. Now, let's take a look at the standings after the first 2 weeks of games. There are still a couple more weeks left in this inaugural pickleball season. We wish all the teams the best of luck over their remaining games. And that's going to do it for this episode of Sports Insight. We'd like to thank our studio guests, Dr. Sullivan, Coach Newman, and Devin, as well as our two excellent student reporters, Matthew and Esther. For more MCPS content, be sure to subscribe to the MCPS TV YouTube channel. Sports Insight and other programming is also televised on the MCPS TV cable channels. Until next time, I'm Cliff Elgin. Thanks for watching.